Hello, all you lovely kings, queens, and in-betweens, and welcome back to the channel, where I am here, and I'm Elaine, here to do a chill little stream with you guys, where we'll be unboxing some stuff, and by we, I mean me and Jeremy, when Jeremy appears out of thin air. Maybe we'll do a magic poof thing, and by we, I mean him, because I am not the technical person here. But we're going to be opening some figures, gamer sup stuff. We're going to be chatting about seasonal anime and more. We're going to be snacking. I currently have no snacks. Those will be revealed later after we do the fun openings. Now, I haven't been buying as many figures as I might normally. I'm trying to save the funds for the most beautiful figures I can find, but also the most beautiful figures I can find are also astronomically expensive. So the most beautiful figures I can find that I can actually afford. That's what I'm doing. And I've pre-ordered a few things, so we have a lot to look forward to going forward. I don't know when they're going to come out because they've gotten delayed, but I'm looking forward to that. And I've also picked up a few little things here and there over the last few months. I actually picked up this one last month with Jeremy at the mall. I used my hot cash, burned my little fingies a little bit. And now that I'm looking at it again, I'm like, this is going to be a very tiny little figure, which I guess kind of works with Anya Forger because she is in fact a tiny person like me. We have that in common. She, though, is not quite full grown, so there is hope for her. There is no hope for me. But in this cute little box is the Spy family figure break time collection from Bandai Namco and Banpresto of Anya Forger. And you could see one of her stuffed animals, the penguin that, she's maybe played with a little too much and damaged a little bit. Don't worry about it. And she's just kind of dragging it around on the floor. And she's got one of those like old-timey robot type things from the 90s. And that's the figure. On the side, we get a close-up of what it's going to look like. The back and the front seem to be the same. And then this side's a little different. It says Spy Family Break Time Collection. So liking the colors on the box, nice blue and yellow motif going on. But in terms of design, nothing particularly special, but it does get the job done. It shows us what we're going to open, and I'm really looking forward to opening this Spy Family Break Time Collection figure. Because Anya Forger is one of my favorite girls. So without any further ado, just going to open that. It's a pretty simple lift top. Ooh, crinkle, crinkle. We get one of these pull tabs of cardboard. I was going to say paper, and I'm like, this is not paper, honey. Get it right. And I've only opened a few figures of this size before, but they always come in this like weirdly packaged contraption of cardboard. It almost looks like a bed, like with a headboard. She's just sleeping in there. I guess because she's inside, it's more of a coffin, and I'm going to release her from this little bed here. You can actually just yoink her out and then shove the cardboard back in the box. Which I'm going to do just in case I need to move one day and I want a safe place to put her. So as we can see, this comes in a few little pieces. There's most of the body of the penguin in plastic. Arms, just dislocated arms. Don't worry about it. We'll make it okay in a minute. And then Anya herself. So first thing I'm going to do is get this stuff out of the packaging. Start with the littlest thing, which is just this pair of arms. So here's Anya's arm, here's the penguin's arm. It's got a few stitches on it from when it had to be knit back up. Here's Anya. Her hairline's a little interesting. It looks like she was put together from like here forward seems to be one piece, and then like around here back is another. So if you look at her from the side, you see this very distinct split in her hairline, which I'm not super fond of, but other than that, her hair looks pretty good and basically what I remember from the show. She's got her little pointy hair pieces, a little upward pointing piece of hair, which is pretty cute, and kind of like a little shocked expression. And like these very spindly little legs, if I'm being completely honest. And then what looks like the shoes and socks I used to wear to Sunday school. I don't know how else to describe them. That's what it reminds me of. Like those silly little buckle shoes Mama used to buy me and make me wear. Sorry, Mama, I love you. Did not love those shoes. They were not cute on me or any other child who bought them back in the 90s, and I imagine buys the slightly updated version now. And then basically her little school outfit with her little bow. Oh, kind of cute. Does not seem like it will stand up on its own. Yeah, that's not happening. I guess the penguin is used to support her, like as a counterweight. Let's find out. First thing I noticed are the serial number on the feet. I've never really liked serial numbers or details like that on a figure. I understand why they're there, but I think it really detracts from immersing yourself in the figure's world for a moment when you look at it. So it's just like a little stitched up penguin, missing an arm very clearly. It's got its pointy little feet, and it's just kind of flat in the back. It looks very potato shaped, and then you turn it around and it's just flat on the back, so it'll stay in place and not roll around on your shelf. So in terms of design, that was pretty good, but there's not much in terms of detail. It's just kind of a big blob in 2 colors with some stitches on it. Well, 3 if you count the orange, which I barely do because there's not that much of it. So I'm assuming the first thing we do, it would help if I pointed it in the right direction, is stick, oh, come on, this guy in here. So that went in fairly easily after that initial push. He's like, I've fallen, I can't get up. I've fallen, Anya, I can't get up. He's very big in comparison to her. Let's just put them side by side comparison. Okay, maybe it wasn't as bad. Maybe it's just because he's much bulkier that he looks significantly bigger. But I don't think, if this weighed anything, she would be able to drag him around. This poor child. Let's give this child her arm back. So I think it's like this. Oh, okay. Maybe that. No. Okay. What if No, let's make her... She's a gymnast now. They're going to win the Olympic medal. Don't know why I'm struggling so much. Why I'm struggling is because I don't have... All right, are we going to do it? Okay, we did it. So I will say that it is easy enough to put together. I don't think it needs directions. It didn't come with any, and logically speaking, how to put this together. In reality, I think it can be a little hard to slide the arm in particular in. I don't know why. And it feels flimsy. Like, it doesn't feel like I can move it without everything falling apart. And getting her to stand at first took just a second. But after you get it situated, I think you're basically fine. So I was right. This is not a very large figure. It is a little long, considering it's only 2 tiny components. But definitely not going to take up too much shelf space. It would be great for some of those like little narrow shelves you never know what to do with that come with a bookshelf. But she's definitely not something you can move around too much because the arms and the legs are so spindly, especially in comparison to this bulky penguin boy. In terms of look, I think it's pretty true to what we see of her and her toys in the anime. And what little I've seen in the manga, I haven't seen any panels that were colored in. But what I know from the anime is that this is basically how they look in terms of color, saturation, brightness, all those sorts of things. I do like that she's holding a second toy under her arm because it suggests that she's going off to play. And I like that because I think Anya is a very playful character who, for the most part, doesn't seem to take too much seriously. So I like that they're adding in these aspects that portray that element of her character. I do think it might have been better, though, just to get a little more color variance, to have had her hold her Chimera toy instead. And because we see her play with that more often, I think it would have been more realistic. I think I've only seen the robot like kind of sitting in the corner of her room, and it's not really something that she's played with. I don't think I've ever seen her play with it. I don't think I've ever seen her play with it on the show. There we go. I got there. So I think it's an interesting choice that they went. The robot. I'm talking about the robot she's holding. I was saying, Jeremy just walked in, by the way, in case you're wondering where the shouting's coming from. And was like, oh no, she played with the penguin. I'm like, yes, she has played with the penguin. I don't think I remember her playing with the robot. And I was saying that maybe it would have been nice if she had been holding the Chimera toy, not only because she plays with it more often and is often depicted with it, but because of the color variance, just to add another little pop of color to this tiny little figure that is very flimsy in the arm department and the leg department and is wearing my Sunday shoes. I mean, look at the shoes, Jeremy. They're my little Sunday shoes. They just need the little buckle. Complete Sunday shoes. And what, Jeremy? Are you going to come? I'm doing technical stuff. Technical man can, and he's doing the technical things because technically he's technical. So overall, I like it. I'm glad that it's staying on its own, so I'm not really going to mess with it now that it's doing its thing. I will say, though, if I were to buy another Anya figure, I think I'd try to find something that isn't as heavily impacted by its narrow limbs. Because I have heard and seen in reviews that this arm gets dislocated a lot, which I feel like is not ideal in a figure, but doesn't seem to be a problem with mine. My issue was more so just getting it to actually stay in there, but once it was in there, it was fine. So that would be my feedback. Overall, I'm very happy with it. I like how pronounced the stitches are. I think it's true to form. This is how I remember her penguin being damaged. I'm just combining words today. And it has a little bit of texture. You can feel it being raised above the penguin's belly. And there she is, just walking off with her little penguin. And her robot. Don't forget the robot. He's a sad little robot. And he needs to be happy by you remembering him. And also remembering to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I'm plugging it early. I'm doing it early, people.